Hello, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time and a Topic. My name is Lucy, and as you can see, I have my cup of tea, and we're ready to dive right into this conversation, into this discussion, because this is one of my favorite things to talk about, even though I'm not involved in it personally, but it's still just one of my favorite topics to talk about. And the topic is interracial dating. Interracial relationships, interracial couples, however you want to define it, however you want to describe it. It's interracially mixed. And even though we're still at the beginning of 2016, 52 years from the civil rights movement, we still are facing issues of accepting interracial couples, and it's on both parts. It's on all sides. It's just not a one-sided discussion. It's not a one-sided thing. It affects everyone, and every ethnic and racial background is included. And someone asked me about a week or two ago, do I believe in, and even though I'm not a member of an interracial relationship, because my husband, he is African American, do I approve of an interracial relationship? And I looked straight at the person. I said, yeah, why not? I mean, why shouldn't I? Because I personally feel anybody who say they believe in God, anybody who say they believe in Jesus, they love God, they love Jesus, whatever your religious background is, if you profess there's a God and you love God, then I don't see why you have an issue with His creations. He created every race, every ethnic background, every skin color, skin tone, whatever, however you want to describe it. He created it. And here's a news flash for a lot of people in case you have not really thought about it. Whatever color our first parents were, Adam and Eve, whatever color you want to believe they were, all nations of people came through those two people. So really, when you think about it, we all are linked some kind of way. If we take it further back enough, we're going to take it right back to them. So basically, so just saying that if you say you believe in God, I don't see why you have a problem with accepting an interracial relationship from anyone, regardless if they're related to you or not. Now then the question came around about, well, what some of the things I like about an interracial relationship and what things I don't like about an interracial relationship. Well, some of the things that I like about an interracial relationship, because it broadens the horizon, it broadens up, it opens up the doorway to learn about each other's culture. When two people come together, regardless of their ethnic background, racial ethnic background, they're bringing to the table the best, and also they're bringing to the table the worst of their heritage. And you learn to work together, you learn to accept each other's faults and differences, racially, ethnically, and you begin to build a better foundation. And hopefully, if the relationship continues and you see this may be the person that you want to marry, then hopefully then down the line, and you bring children into it, you bring children into an unaccepting world that hopefully they will learn to accept. And that's a hard job. And I give my hats off, much respect to all of those people who are raising interracial children, because they are teaching them to accept the best and worst from everyone. And also too, but then there is a downside to everything, and it's not a downside of them, of the race per se. It's the downside to it of the people that's involved in an interracial relationship. And this comes to play when, say, a person, a girl, a woman gets involved with a man, and they're the opposite race than what they are, or a different race than what they are, I should say. And if things don't work out, then one or the other tend to look down on the entire race, judging the entire race according to how this individual act, instead of just saying, well, this is just a separate case, it don't apply to everyone, and take it from there. Because you already have mindset people, prejudiced people out there thinking that this race is this and this race that and this race and the other, and then so happen you just happen to have one person that feels the bill of what a person is actually thinking. And so that's kind of like a downside thing to it, that where when you've been in a bad relationship, and I mean, it's just like if, say, you in a relationship with someone of your own race and things don't work out, and you don't tend to look down on the whole race because of that one individual. I mean, you may turn around and date somebody else again of the same race, or you may have the preference, you may want to go outside your race. That's it. That's the thing. When God created people, He created everyone not to be the same, and to bring and have diversity, and also just to have their own cultural experience. It's a learning experience, and that will also add a little excitement and everything into the to the relationship. Now, one of the things that really kind of gets on my nerves, though, and I mainly see this, and I may get a lot of backlash on it, I might get a lot of jeers and sneers, but it is what it is. Now, I see a lot of when a particular race dates like say a black male, African American male, they tend to want to speak like them if they can't, talk like them. A lot of people call that like that ghetto language, that ratchet language. You know what I'm saying? They get smacking their lips and rolling their eyes and popping and rolling their neck and everything, this, that, and the other. And before then, they wasn't doing that. And then if things don't work out with that person, they back to where they were. Now, on that part right there, I don't agree with that. And like I said, this is my own personal opinion on this. I feel like if you was if you was like a white individual, a white male or white female, and you say, for instance, now you love country music, and there's a lot of black people who like country music. Matter of fact, there's a lot of black country artists. So therefore, if you was a white female that like country music, or you was a white male that like country music, and then you get with someone who don't like country music, you shouldn't have to give up your country music just so you can fit in with this black guy that you may be dating. Or vice versa, if the black guy, he likes hip hop and he likes rap and he likes that kind of music before he knew you, and then just because he get with you, he shouldn't have to give up his rap and hip hop and then turn to like your kind of music and then act like that life never existed while he's with you or while she's with him. And then when y'all break up, you go back to what you were. Now that I don't agree with. Whatever you were before you met him or her, be that during the relationship, and if something happened, y'all break up, you remain the same after the relationship. So that's the only downside about any of that I don't like about it when it comes out of interracial relationship. But everyone has, like I said, everyone has their preference. Now, do I feel like a person is deemed racist because they don't want to date outside their race? No, I don't, because everyone has their preference. long as they treat everyone equally and they treat everybody respectfully. If a white guy do not want to date a black female for whatever reason, because he don't like the heritage, he don't like the culture, but yet he can be friends with people, I don't really see him as racist. And same things go with a white woman. If a white woman doesn't want to date outside her race and she wants to remain with the white male, long as she's treating everyone else respectfully, and I mean truly treating everybody respectfully, and can be friends with everybody, I don't see her as being racist, because you can't help who you're attracted to. You could be the fact that it's something in another person that you like and you're attracted to, and it just so happens that what you like and attracted to is only found in a certain racial or ethnic type people, and I can't label them as saying, oh, they're racist because they don't want to date black people. No, because that could not be what you like. But in this, at the end, you still treating people respectfully. And see, that's the main thing about it. Of it is the main key issue that we're missing here for anything is respect. And once you lose that respect, everything else just goes downhill. I don't care how you try to sugarcoat it or how you try to play around with it, whatever, it goes downhill, because for once you lost that respect. Now I'm gonna tell you about 3 things I personally feel that a person shouldn't do when they choose to date interracially, and that's being spiteful. You're doing only because you're being spiteful. If you're a young adult, I'm just saying, if you're a young adult, if you're a teenager, if you're somebody in their 20s or whatever, and if you're living with your parents, or you're living with your grandparents, or sister, brothers, uncles, or aunts, whoever it is you're living with, and for whatever reason they don't like a particular race of people, they may be misguided, and they just haven't learned the accurate information. They may be feeding off of something, what happened to them or what happened to a family member, or if this just downright mean, hateful. They just don't like a particular race just because they don't have to like them. Then if you get angry with them for whatever reason, then you'll say, well, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna date me a such and such just because I know they don't like them. That's not fair. That's not fair to the parent. That's not fair to the person you're dating, and it's not fair to you, because no one is happy. No one is completely happy in that relationship, and it's just not fair. Another reason I think dating interracially, people shouldn't do to date interracially, is just to gain social, political, or community gain. And what I mean, that's so their status levels can rise. And a lot of people they have done that. They dated outside their race just so they can gain a political or a social standing in the community, feeling to be more accepted because they're dating so-and-so, and they happen to be so-and-so in this and that. And that's not right either, because that's not fair. That's not fair to all those involved. I feel this, if you're the type of person and you want to date someone because first you're attracted to them, you like them, you see past their race, you see past, and you like what you see, and then you get to know that person, and the more you get to know that person, you begin to like the things that you see in that person. You may like the things that they say, and as you get into a deeper and deeper friendship and hope into a deeper and deeper relationship, and then you find yourself falling in love with that person, and then you want to pursue that, then you pursue that. What to do when this happens and you have family members that's still, and friends, and sometimes neighbors are still not approving? I can't say. Because each person has to handle his or her own relationship. The only thing I am saying on this is that there's nothing wrong with an interracial relationship. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said at the beginning, all races was created by the same God. And whoever you want to believe the color of our first 4 ancestor parents were, Adam and Eve, the first couple that was created by God, whatever race you want to believe they were, all other races came through them. So I mean, really, there is no room to have any ill feelings towards being have a looking down on interracial relationships. And that's just a little seed of the devil that he planted to keep people divided racially. So one think the other one can't get more than the other, and really it's nothing to get, because everything out here belongs to God. If he didn't create it, we wouldn't have it. That's the reason why we see so much going on now in the news where one race of people can't get along with the other, because they're thinking there's so much out there to get when there's really nothing to get. When you sit there and think about it, it's nothing. No one created anything to say it was theirs, really, when you think about it. So, ending on this note right here is that to everyone out there who is dating interracially, and you feel like that person is for them, and y'all want to try to build a relationship on it, who am I to tell you any different? But now I'm going to tell you this, to keep peace and harmony in your lives and in your homes. If you know you a child, you're a minor, and you're still living under the roof with your parents, and you knew your parents or your grandparents or whoever is raising you don't like a certain member, respect them. All I can say is that you won't be a minor forever. One day you will be grown. These people, well, not these people, but your family members will not always be here. But while they are here, respect their wishes. You don't have to agree with them. I didn't say agree with them, but I said respect their wishes. Don't go behind their backs dating someone of a different racial ethnic background just to prove a point, because really in the end you proving nothing. Only thing you doing is just bringing contention and heartache, and you may be putting other families lives on the line, and really truthfully it's not worth it. It's really not. It's not worth it. You can wait till you're a grown individual. You can wait till when you living in your own home and you taking care of yourself, you meeting your own bills, and then if you still have the need that you want to date interracially outside because you're in your own home, then you do so. But don't do it. I'm telling you, don't do it as a child, as a minor, and you living in someone else's home and you end up disrespecting their home. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you, it's not worth it. This is just my personal opinion, because I have seen things coming along when I was a young girl, coming along, because believe it or not, interracial dating wasn't heard of. I'm not gonna say it wasn't done. It wasn't many cases of interracial dating when I was younger. As a young girl growing up. Matter of fact, when I got to high school, we only had one interracial couple. The boy was white, the girl was black, but she was a real light-skinned black. But still, she classified as black. And it was to the point where in my school, where I went to school at, that one of the teachers who came in and just was speaking to us, because prom had came around, and she was telling us that if you come into the prom with someone outside your race, you have to get parental consent. So yes, these two people, they had to take home paperwork and get signed by both their parents saying that they knew and approved that they was going to the prom with each other, which means the girl had get the paperwork sent home to her by her parents and signed by her parents, saying that she knew she was going to the prom with this and such person. He had to do the same thing, saying that his parents knew he was taking this girl to the prom. And one of my teachers actually came out and said she didn't approve of interracial dating. She, to the point that basically she came out and she literally said in my typing class, I'll tell you how long they've been typing, who does typing anymore, but anyway, back to the subject. In my typing class, she said she would break her daughter's legs if she came home with a black guy. And we just looked at her. We didn't question her. Now, one girl came out and just called her crazy and stupid because you just said you were just racist, because why would you do harm to your own child? Because, well, that's just how she felt. And see, this is the reason why I say this. While she was a minor living on her roof, she didn't need not to disrespect her mother's feelings, even though she may not agree with them or whatever the case may be. But while she lived underneath her mom's roof, she shouldn't be dating someone outside of her race, because if her mother would have found out, now telling what she would have did to that boy, and see, it wouldn't have been worth it. It wouldn't have been worth it. So basically, that's all I just want to come to you and just share with you about interracial dating and stuff. We're sitting in the year 2016, and we're 52 years away after signing the Civil Rights Movement Act, and a lot of us are still carrying those old grudges, those old prejudices, and about different races and stuff. But for us, I just want people to know that I have no problem with interracial dating. I never did, and I don't see myself ever will. Until next week, until we see each other again for another discussion, you all have a blessed day.
So come on. It don't matter if you're black, white or yellow, if you're brown or red. It don't matter. Let's get down to that. Love is. That's right. Love is color. You could have been my brother. What if you were my sister? Ooh, if you were my father. You could have been my fella. You could have been my teacher. What if you were my friend? Be so nice to meet you. You could have been my mother. You could have been my brother. What if you were my sister? If you were my father, I could have been your fella. You could have been my teacher. What if